Going live on YouTube, my dear.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. Dr. Anna here, and I am thrilled to be here with Chef Jessica, and we are doing a keto-alkaline cooking demonstration. Hello, everyone. Dr. Anna here, and I am, there we go, experiencing technical difficulties. But we are doing keto-alkaline cooking demonstration, so we are making a keto-alkaline frittata and a crock pot chicken and veggies. So super excited. So we're starting. Go ahead, Jessica. Everyone, this is Chef Jessica. She is recently to Georgia from Florida via
Tallahassee most recently.
Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Can you even start from the beginning?
Oh, yes, I can. We'll go ahead and start from the beginning.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Dr. Anna Cabeca here with Chef Jessica, and today we're doing our keto-alkaline keto frittata and our crock pot chicken and veggies. So starting with the keto frittata.
Yes, we are starting with the keto frittata. I've just got 10 eggs here that Dr. Anna cracked for us. So I'm just whisking those up. First, we're going to get started sauteing some vegetables. And we're going to use ghee. For those of you that may not be familiar with ghee, it's one of the favorite cooking fats of Dr. Anna. And basically, it's just clarified butter. So we're just going to put a little bit of ghee in this saute pan that we've been getting hot. It's really great, and because it's clarified, it's got a higher smoke point than just regular old butter, which is nice.
And most people who have dairy sensitivities can tolerate ghee over regular butter because we've really clarified out some of the protein and the residues, the milk protein residues.
Yeah, so it's lactose free. All right, so this
Pure
is
fat.
getting warm for us. I'm going to take it off that flame so it doesn't get too hot. All right, so we've got all kinds of veggies that are going to go into our frittata. A frittata is one of those things, you know, like a quiche, frittatas, omelets. Those are great mediums for just emptying out your produce drawer. You know, anything that you want to use, basically anything works. So I'm going to start with this red bell pepper. So you really don't want the membranes or the seeds at all. So I'm just slicing around that.
Why not the membranes?
Well, it can just be a little bitter.
Bitter. Okay.
Yeah,
But they're good to eat otherwise.
Yeah, you can definitely, you know, incorporate it into your salads if you want. You know, it can just be, you know, a little unattractive and a little bitter. So that's why we kind of are going to cut around that.
One thing too in cooking, using lots of different colors for all the colors of the rainbow for preparing your food, for the antioxidant benefits, the nutrition benefits, the mineral benefits, etc., that having this rainbow of color is beneficial. And then Jessica, in preparing some of the veggies, has put some of the ends aside so that we can have it for our bone broth, etc., later, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's always nice to have a little bit of, you know, your veggie trimmings in the refrigerator ready for your different stocks and broths. You want to kind of stay away from some of the really overly aromatic stuff. Basil, you know, I wouldn't really recommend putting a lot of basil in there. That could kind of take over. Tarragon, we're going to use a little tarragon today. Tarragon is really, it's really licoricey. This is tarragon here. It's real licoricey. Skinny leaves here. Really nice. But I definitely wouldn't recommend putting that into
broth.
Yeah, it would really take over. I don't think you really want that licoricey taste in there. So we're also going to put a shallot in our frittata. Shallot is in the onion garlic family. It's, you know, it's a lot like an onion, but it's just something a little bit more refined about a shallot. You could definitely use red onion, you know, for sure if you don't have shallot. but just something really nice about a shallot. Really great flavor. A little more mild than a red onion.
Mhm.
Another thing that's perfectly fine for your broth bowl. So we're just not gonna cut anything too small because it's not only are we gonna saute these, we're also gonna bake it in the oven. So you don't need to cut it too small.
Mhm.
I'm not going to do a whole lot of shallot because we have some other members of the onion family that are also going to go in there. Let me just go ahead and start putting some of these veggies here, sauteing. Go ahead and put those shallots straight in that pan with some of our red bell pepper. Pretty, beautiful color there. Really pretty. So like I said, it's one of those things, you know, just like a quiche, omelet, frittata, clean out the produce drawer. Anything you see in there. We have, you know, not on the recipe that you folks have for the keto frittata. Found some mushrooms, so why not? Just put some mushrooms in there. It's going to be great.
I think that you've become really skilled at using what you have in the refrigerator so it doesn't go bad, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's important. You want to try to use everything, you know, like in your soups and broths,
Mhm.
anything you can find. The celery, the kale stems, it all works. Okay, so we're also going to put some of these
So in other
scallions.
words, don't get tied down by the recipe ingredients. If you don't have something or you have something else and you're like, oh, that would be good, try it in there.
Absolutely.
And I love scallions. And look at how pretty this is.
Isn't that beautiful?
Mhm.
Very nice. Another thing I wanted to throw in there, we've got some sun-dried tomatoes. I think Brittany found these for us at TJ Maxx.
Oh,
If you ever
nice.
go into those stores like TJ Maxx and Home Goods and some of
I
those
love it. My
stores,
favorite.
they have that really cool little gourmet kitchen area in the back of the store. I love it.
Yep, different Himalayan salt, coconut oil.
Yeah, you can find some really cool stuff
chia
in there.
seeds. It's
Yeah.
like the stuff that, you know, goes stale on shelves in the grocery store, but you know that's part of our cooking and part of our lifestyle that we incorporate those in.
Oh yeah, they have some little treasures in there. You can
Yeah.
get truffle oil and all your organic stuff in there, all your different cool condiments.
Oh, we have company for dinner.
Hey, they must have smelled it.
Must have.
So I just did a little julienne cut, and
That's
it's gonna
good.
really give it a nice, rich flavor. Why don't we just throw that in there too?
I like that. I'm gonna look up real quick. So those are sun-dried tomatoes because they
Yes.
can't be too high in carb, but they're not going to be too low either. Let me just look that up real quick. And just understanding portion size and good
Oh, it
friend
smells
Google.
great. Smells great. Smells like a frittata already. Really great smells. The mushrooms and the onions. All right, we're just gonna put a little pinch of salt and pepper in there. Nice to have all your spices already handy. A little black pepper. White pepper is really good too if you have that.
So per piece of sun-dried tomato, it's 0.7 grams. So if you think of half a cup of sun-dried tomatoes would be 13 grams of carbs. So not much, and considering a little bit goes a long way. We probably put in a tablespoon to a quarter of a cup, right?
Oh, sure, yeah.
So
We didn't put
probably
in much
not
at all.
7. Mhm.
The flavor of sun-dried tomato is really pretty strong. It's really
Mhm.
concentrated, so a little bit goes a long way. And you're going to be sharing this frittata with several people probably, so no need to worry about that. So we've got our salt and pepper in there.
That looks so good.
Got a variety of herbs here, you know, just whatever you have on hand. Again, like no need to follow the recipe. You know,
Exactly. So what are some good herbs that you're putting in?
Well, I've got some flat leaf Italian parsley, some chives, and some thyme in here.
So we grow thyme up here. So just having a little herb planter or some little a window called window planters with herbs in it is great for adding fresh herbs to anything, as well as we have a blend of different herbs in the fridge. And it's nice too. Like sometimes you're in a hurry and there's already prepped and prepared fresh herbs in the grocery store. You can get those.
Yeah, and you can freeze
Chop 'em
your
up real
herbs
quickly.
too. You can chop your herbs up and you can freeze them in an ice cube tray. It works really great.
Oh.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just like with water or just
the herbs.
Just as the herb and just
Yeah.
put it in an ice cube tray?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, already chopped up and ready to go.
That sounds great.
So we are going to put a little bit of tarragon in there, but not too terribly much. As you can see, I'm just chopping up a really small amount here. It does have a kind of a strong flavor. The tarragon, the thyme, it's going to be really great, especially with that mushroom in there.
The red pepper smells really good too as it starts to cut.
It's really nice. All right. Oh yeah, it already smells fantastic. Really no need to cook that too much longer. All right, so we've got our eggs here. Our eggs that we've mixed up. And we have a baking dish. Frittata, it's baked. That's one thing that's really different from a frittata over an omelet is, you know, the frittata you're gonna bake in the oven. We also need a little bit of a milk substitute. We're not going to use dairy milk. You know, you can definitely use half and half. You could use heavy whipping cream. But what we have an almond coconut mixture.
Unsweetened, so no vanilla flavor, unsweetened.
All right, so we're just going to kind of eyeball it.
Up, tarragon for a second. If I'm going to remember correctly, tarragon's use in herbal medicine.
Oh, wow.
So it's good for digestion and also a natural diuretic, like parsley is a natural diuretic as well.
All right, we are just going to add these veggies to our baking dish. Our little veggie and herb mixture. This is going to be great. Smells so good.
So in making this dairy-free, because our recipe calls for the cheese, right?
Yes, the recipe actually calls for goat cheese, which would be fantastic. You know, at this point you would sprinkle the goat cheese in here on top of the vegetables. But we're going to leave that out and do another option and just crumble it on top of individual servings.
Yeah. So that helps those of us that are dairy sensitive, and we're still making the same dish but adding it on for later. So good.
I'm adding a little bit of salt and pepper to our egg mixture here.
You know, I love using these shells and for everything, for spices, herbs, for serving, for using for your utensils. And I've also seen oyster shells used. We're in the Southeast, so we see a lot of oyster shells or eat a lot of oysters. So you could use for small spices, etc., some oyster shells too, which is nice when you're preparing and you're prepping for a week and you put everything out.
Yeah, it's really nice to make your time in the kitchen more enjoyable. Nice to have everything ready for you.
Did you already put the milk in there?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I missed it. Okay.
Oh,
and then you just put it in with the eggs. And then
just whisked it in with the eggs.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you.
Very nice.
Really don't need too much of the milk.
So how much milk did you use? I missed that part.
I use about a quarter cup.
Very nice. Okay.
All right.
I'll put that in the oven.
Yes. So there we have it. That's going into a 400-degree oven.
Looks. Ooh, Brittany, you want to snap a picture of this? This looks so pretty. It looks so pretty. You can see that. No, I can. What's preparing a meal without snapping a picture? I'm telling you.
Right? Okay, our next
400 for how long?
Yes, 400. We're going to do 400 for about 15 minutes. And then we're going to lay some we're going to lay some bacon on top and then continue cooking it with the bacon on top.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so you lay the bacon on raw?
Yeah, we're going to just lay it on raw and let it crisp up in the oven for
Nice.
another few minutes. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to use bacon. You could use pancetta or anything you've got around.
Perfect. So that is our keto frittata. Thank
That
you.
is the keto frittata.
Yay.
All right. So the next dish we're gonna do is the crock pot chicken and vegetables.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah.
Super simple.
Watching my live at the same time. So let's see how it goes. We're experimenting.
Okay, so we have our pressure cooker / crock pot here. All right, so we just have a really small organic chicken, that we got from the store. I'm just gonna season that up a little bit with some salt and pepper. Chicken's one of those things you want to be really careful when you are using chicken, cooking with chicken. Make sure you wash your hands. Just gonna season it up with some salt and pepper all over the chicken. Right here, just put all that in there. All over, all sides of the chicken. Black pepper. All right. Inside, you want to season the inside as well. Just wash my hands a little bit. Okay. Get inside. So we're gonna put some lemon in here as well. I don't think I ever cook chicken without using some lemon.
Yeah. Do you want me to squeeze it in there?
Sure. Yeah, we've got all kinds of great veggies we're gonna put in the crock pot.
One of my kitchen gadgets. I don't have many. But this is one. On the chicken or in the crock pot?
Let's put some on the chicken.
Okay. Yum.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. I love the smell of lemon too.
So we have.
Can we cook with the rind in here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
I like to.
We also have all these leftover herbs from our frittata, so we'll go ahead and we'll throw those in the crock pot too. Okay, so I've just got, the basics here. I've got some carrots and celery. We just did kind of a rough chop on that. I'm just gonna throw those into the bottom of the crock pot. I've got some garlic cloves. Garlic cloves that we just kind of smashed up and left relatively whole. And some onions. Just gonna throw all that in there.
And with garlic, it's good to mash it just even a little bit. That crushing of the garlic, actually, you see how it gets juicy, increases the enzymatic action of the garlic. So it becomes even more nutritious and beneficial from that aspect. So as opposed to not crushing it and just leaving it as a clove, slightly crushed, that makes a difference. It's interesting how different herbs, like, tomatoes raw versus tomatoes cooked, you have active ingredient, active nutrient lycopene is more prominent in a lightly baked tomato. So nature is amazing.
There's lots of different nutritional benefits from cooked versus raw, carrots, all the different grains. So I'm just going to toss these herbs in here. This is going to be a fantastic meal to come home to after the end of the day when you come home from work.
Mm-hmm. And be liberal with fresh herbs because, again, the natural diuretic capacity of cilantro, from parsley, of tarragon, and each of the herbs have a different action, and they're full of magnesium, B vitamins, calcium, zinc. So a good array, a good combination helps bring the world's bounty into your home and into your body to help with balancing your nutrients. And again, when you make it at home, you know exactly what's in it. Versus when you buy something store-bought, you don't know how it's been made and how it's been processed.
I'm also just going to go ahead and put a nice spoonful of this ghee in here. Give it a nice buttery taste.
It'd be nice.
All right, you could put any other kind of vegetables into here. You know, certain things I wouldn't really recommend: broccoli, things that are going to cook faster, like zucchini. They would really just, you know, turn to mush. Yeah, maybe some cabbage though, some green cabbage, cut in nice big pieces, things like that.
And cabbage is good.
Yeah, cabbage is great.
Added fiber, added bulk, feel fuller. Tarragon.
All right, so we've got our crock pot chicken already here.
Put some bone broth in, or
yeah, we could put some bone broth.
you
We could
don't
put
have
some
to. You can
chicken
just keep
broth.
it like this.
We're going to put a little bit of just water, just a little bit,
Okay.
and then it's going to just start producing all of its own liquids. So that's going to be really great.
Okay.
I'm just going to put just about a cup of water in there. There you go. And then we'll check it. You know, we're going to check it in about 30 minutes, but it should start really producing a lot of its own liquids, and then just cook.
My chicken crock pot. And then that's good. And then we're going to put it on low temp cook or pressure cook.
We'll just do low temp cook.
Okay. So it's going to cook for hours. Leave it as that?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're just gonna cook it for we're probably gonna cook it for a couple hours, but we're gonna check it.
Let it slow cook. And
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, nothing better than coming home at the end of the day to a nice pot of dinner already ready for you.
So question, like if it's on a low temp cook from the morning you get out, you're back maybe in 8-10 hours. Is it fine when you set the crock pot? I mean, it's fine for 8 hours from now to eat it if it's been set to warm?
Well, absolutely, as long as it's below, over 140 degrees. That's important, you know, as far as things like chicken and a lot of proteins that have a lot of things that have a lot of protein that can have bacteria. You want to keep it out of this danger zone that they call it, between 40 degrees and 140 degrees. But, you know, as long as it's over the 140 degrees, it'll be
We're
great.
not risking bacteria. So I think that's a great point, because so many, we're busy, we have families. Get it started in the morning, set it, and like for my crock pot, I can set it for 8 hours, 10 hours, or however long it needs to cook, and then it'll go automatically to warm. So,
and another thing that's nice to have around when you're dealing with something like chicken, you know, just a little kitchen thermometer like this. You know, you just want to make sure things like chicken that it's at least 165 degrees. You know, that at least at some point it got to at least 165 degrees before you eat it and serve it.
Internal temperature.
Yes.
Very good.
All right, so we've got 2 meals already ready to go. We're going to prepare dinner for tonight and tomorrow night.
Yay! Oh my gosh! And then
Super
probably
quick.
leftovers for another day. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Super
Love that.
quick.
All right, thank you. Now figure out our live on YouTube video. Let's see. I hope y'all enjoyed this live on YouTube. And this is our first stint at YouTube Live with our webinar. So I thank you for being here, and we're good.